My first price target for Veracity's ecosystem token called VRA in 2025 is 30 cents. Now, of course, that's not financial advice, and also that's definitely not a guarantee. But here's the thing. Even though 30 cents as of right now may be a 100x from here, I think that hypothetically, when you have fundamentals as amazing as Veracity, I don't see why this would be crazy at all. You got to think about this, right? When it comes to Veracity, its goal is to bring trust and transparency to digital advertising and as well as payments. Now, most notably, when it comes to Veracity, something that's a part of its ecosystem is something called Veriviews. But before I get into this, why do I think that digital advertising and as well as payments is something that really needs an amazing solution, much like Veracity? It's because, first of all, even though we all know that the payments market is massive and also a lot of projects are focused on payments, the market is still valued at over $2 trillion as of right now. So I think this is a good addition when it comes to Veracity. Furthermore, when it comes to digital advertising, this right here is a niche that not many projects are focused on. And as a result of that, I think Veracity is going to have such an amazing advantage here. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Because, for instance, when it comes to Veriviews, it's even been stated that it's an open ledger advertising ecosystem built around Veracity's patented proof-of-view fraud identification technology. Now, this may sound kind of complicated, but basically, Veracity does claim that Veriviews is the most powerful, transparent, and auditable advertising ecosystem for preventing ad fraud based on open ledger principles. Now, this is key right here, because if you take a look at ad fraud, it's currently a massive problem, but it could even be bigger in the future, potentially. And let me show you what I'm talking about, because, for instance, we take a look at this article, right, by Forbes. They say how a study done by Juniper Research, it showcases how it is estimated that by 2028, over $170 billion will be wasted due to ad fraud. I mean, could you imagine that? That's massive right there. That's bigger than some countries' GDP. And just for ad fraud, yeah, that's crazy to think about. This is how amazing, the mission is when it comes to Veracity, because they're actually focused on real deal problems, right? They're not focused on random nonsense, if that makes sense, if you know what I mean. And here's the thing. We also take a look at how, when it comes to Veriviews, it's not only very easy to set up, but also its statistics are A+. For instance, it currently has a setup time of only around 5 minutes, which is crazy, by the way. Only around 5 minutes. I mean, many videos out there are longer than 5 minutes. I mean, this is crazy. Even this video, I think hypothetically is going to be longer than 5 minutes. But yeah, even besides that point, this is kind of crazy to think about. Also, on top of that, we take a look at how, it even has an accuracy rate of over 97%. Could you imagine that? So this is insane, right? So if you think about it, if let's say I start recording this video, and then it's until the end, and let's say during the beginning of that video, also someone tries to set up Veriviews, by the time I finish this video, the Veriviews is already set up. I mean, could you imagine that? This is how amazing it is. This is how easy it is to implement. This is how crazy it is in a good way, of course. This is very legendary stuff right here. Not to mention, people like to say that, oh, wow, when it comes to VRA, the use case is CAC, all this type of stuff. But here's the thing. We got to hear it from the horse's mouth itself, because we take a look at how, for instance, the VRA token within the Veriviews advertising stack can be used for funding ad campaigns. So again, yeah, for funding ad campaigns, it's not that bad of a use case. If you think about it, VRA actually has a role in all of this, in my opinion. But it doesn't end there, because rewards by staking VRA on the Vera wallet can allegedly reach up to 15% per year, again, in terms of rewards. So yeah, again, when it comes to VRA, it's very fantastic. Now, not to mention, we take a look at how there's currently over 300,000 Vera wallet users, over 500,000 community members, and also over 20 language communities as well. So yeah, that's very impressive. And so far, Veracity has been awarded, 6 patents, which is crazy. I mean, some inventors, by the way, don't even have that much. So that's kind of crazy to think about. If you know, of course, inventing stuff, getting a patent. But yeah, I think you get what I mean there. When it comes to Veracity, isn't it pretty much a complete project? And the crazy thing about it is that VRA, it's so oversold, in my opinion. Market cap is incredibly low. I mean, it's below $50 million. This is insane to think about. The way you take a look at Veracity is that it's basically kind of like a meme coin type of hypothetical potential. But then at the same time, the fundamentals are amazing. It's kind of crazy to think about, because if we usually think about a project that can, have the potential to do like a 100x, for instance, it's typically these meme coins that are unknown that have a bad use case. That's usually the case, right? But then the crazy thing about Veracity is that the use case actually isn't bad, but then VRA, its ecosystem token, is tremendously oversold. So it's kind of insane to think about. It's lower than many meme coins out there, but then the fundamentals just pretty much defeats like all the meme coins. So it's kind of crazy to think about, but yeah, that's just the way I view it. Also, on top of that, we take a look at how it's focused on the right market, Verasity just overall, because the global digital ad spending market size is expected to surpass $1 trillion by 2032, according to President's research. So yeah, that's insane. Anyway, take a look at it. I think that Verasity is a sleeping giant, and VRA at the price of 30 cents as like my worst case scenario price target. I don't see why not. It's not too much to ask for. And at that point, right, considering current circulating supply, market cap would only be around $3 billion. I mean, $3 billion. We've seen Dogecoin reach over $80 billion in market cap. This is like peanuts in the grand scheme of things. Of course, not financial advice, but that's just the way I take a look at it. Now, my second price target for VRA is the price of 40 cents, which again, I don't think is crazy because, again, considering current circulating supply, I'm going to use the exact same example that I used previously. Market cap would be around $4 billion. That's so like small in the grand scheme of things, really. If we want to use like a different example, let's say we use BNB. BNB at one point reached over $100 billion in market cap. I mean, come on, right? $4 billion in the grand scheme of things, that's so small. We're seeing meme coins as of right now. I mean, just completely outperform VRA. We saw meme coins as well in the past far exceed $4 billion. This is like nothing, man. At least that's the way I view it. Non-financial advice, of course. 40 cents for something as amazing as VRA, I really don't see why not. Now, my next and final price target is VRA at the price of 50 cents. Now, this may seem crazy to some people, but again, even considering current circulating supply, market cap would only be around $5 billion. So it's not insane. VRA doesn't need like a $100 billion market cap to reach the price of 50 cents. No, that's not the case whatsoever. Not to mention, this burn could be so special. There's currently over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. That's more than ever before in history. Also, on top of that, you take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF, and also the amount of institutional and enterprise adoption. So if you think about it, when it comes to this bull run, it could be so special. And just imagine once Bitcoin goes to the price of 100,000, 150,000, I think VRA is going to go along with the ride, hypothetically speaking. And at that point, 50 cents, that right there wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And you may be wondering, okay, how soon? Typically, altcoins, they peak as a worst case scenario around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, the Bitcoin halving event, it just happened back in April. So 18 months as a worst case is around October of next year. Now, granted, things could happen sooner, but that's why I titled this video 2025 price targets, because I'm more so taking a look at a worst case scenario type of approach, even though, again, things could happen sooner. Could VRA peak in 2024? Maybe. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to take some time, 2025. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing because, if anything, it's actually more time for me to accumulate. My strategy, after all, is dollar cost averaging. So anytime an income I'm acquiring, I'm holding, and I'm just waiting. That's it. No day trading, no using leverage, no swing trading, none of that. I like to keep things simple because, again, VRA at the price of 50 cents during this bull run with all those amazing factors, I don't see why not. And if you want to know my exit strategy when it comes to VRA, if you want to know other projects that I'm holding in my portfolio and other projects that I'm considering, feel free to join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And also on top of that, if you gain value from this video, make sure to subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Mali the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.